and that's why he's so cold-hearted and just mean about stuff, and he lives all by himself because he hates everybody because everybody hated him. But then this little girl's like, I don't hate you. Aw, we could be all friends. And then, yeah, his heart grows 10 times the size.
Right.
And I love the dog in it, too. They had to have the dog.
You know, it honestly is a good movie to watch. If you like the extended story, definitely go see the live action Grinch. It's a lot better. But yeah, if you're looking for something classical, something for kids to kind of easily to follow along, definitely check out the instant classic. One of the things, I think this is my only complaint about the live action one, was that you kind of imagine the Who's being a little more, I guess, cheerful, colorful, something like that. But it really, in the live action one, I made this joke, and please, by all means, just tell me I'm dead wrong if that's the case. They honestly looked like a bunch of pig people, because you saw the way their noses are just like scrunched up to their faces, and I'm like, when I thought of Who's, I don't think this is kind of what I had in mind. I mean, they obviously just dropped that entirely when they did Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers, but you know, it was one of those things that just kind of stuck out. Like, I just don't understand the whole nose going up deal and them looking like pigs. It's weird to me. But I mean, other than that, like I said, the movie's good. The movie's good. I'm not gonna diss it entirely. It's just that was my only complaint about it. So.
Yeah, I could see that being. I thought it was a little odd and how the kids didn't have it as much, but I think they were just trying to make them not like they're not people. They're different creatures, but all in all, kind of look like people with piggy noses. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind it, but I get what you're saying. I think they kind of look a little freaky. Like, okay.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy climbed Mount Crumpus. Oh man, I'll be here all week. All right, so another classic movie that I got the chance to watch, and I am a huge fan of. It's a Wonderful Life, which talks about this guy, basically an average Joe, going through the struggles of life, and he finds a way to persevere, he finds a way to be successful, and then everything seems to go just completely wrong on Christmas, ironically. And it gets to the point where he runs off and he just wishes that he was never, ever born. And he gets to see what his life is like without him being there. And this is just one of those things that I thought, looking back at it, I'm thinking, this is just awesome. This is revolutionary. There's not a movie that I could think of that actually takes, you know, what seems like somebody out of the picture and then putting them into a life where they're just like, you know, this is what my life is like without me not being there, because everybody was all like, well, who are you? Who are you? And I've never seen you before in my life. Or even go to your parents, it's like, I'm your son. It's like, I've never had kids. It doesn't. It's just so bizarre. But in the end, he learns to just appreciate life. Everything gets to be better. And like I said, it's one of those things where it does kind of just drive your creativity and your imagination wild, where it's just kind of like, I wonder what my life would be like if I wasn't around. And that was something that I really went through my head when I had my accident 6 years ago. Was like, you know, if I'm not here, what kind of would happen? What would be kind of the end result? What would everybody be doing? What would everything be without me? So I definitely think that, you know, when it comes down to it, that It's a Wonderful Life is definitely going to be within, I would say, top favorite movie, if not second favorite movie, when it comes to around the Christmas time, because it does help you appreciate life to the fullest and help you realize that, hey, you're worth something. You're part of this big, grand jigsaw puzzle of life, and you're one of the pieces that needs to stay in there. Because if you're gone, that puzzle is just going to be completely out of whack. I mean, honestly. But I don't know. Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life, Tori?
I have, of course. It's amazing. And I agree. It's something to think about. And it's just, you know, it really brings together, like, what family and love is around the holidays. Meaning, you know, it just makes you think that, hey, you are important, or everybody's important in the family type of thing.
it is just a beautiful song. Definitely, I would recommend anybody who wants to see a great movie with a great plot line. All in all, it is just a fantastic movie. So definitely go check out It's a Wonderful Life. All right. You got any other ones there, Tori?
Yes, I do.
Oh, boy.
I will bring out the Torbate Dog. That's not, it's a different movie. Schwarzenegger and Jingle All the Way. I love this movie.
See Turbo Man Doll.
And what's his face? Oh, yeah, Sinbad. Sinbad is in this, too. Gotta love that the Schwarzenegger and Sinbad are in a movie together, and it's all about Christmas. And it's basically kind of like how a lot of Christmas movies are. It starts out with the dad's working too much, not taking care of the family, and he was supposed to go out and get this amazing toy that everybody knows, like, if you wanted an iPhone 7 Plus this year, you better have already gotten it or you're out of luck because you're not getting it for Christmas. But I forget, it was, the doll was Turbo Man.
See Turbo Man Doll.
Yeah, that's Turbo Man. But he was supposed to get this toy weeks ago, and now it's like the day before Christmas, and he's like, oh, whatever, I'll just go to the store and grab it. And it goes on a crazy adventure because, of course, no stores have Turbo Man left, and he has to find a way to get Turbo Man for his son so that his son still has trust and faith in him, and that they can be a loving family because, if you wait till the last minute to buy a gift for your son, maybe, who knows, maybe he doesn't feel like you love him as much. So it's a great, hilarious, fun movie, fun Christmas movie, and pretty sure Jim Belushi's in it, and a ton of other people are in it, and I'm pretty sure the kid was in, like, the first Star Wars, no, not the first Star Wars Episode 1. I'm pretty sure
the pre-trilogy one. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the kid is the same kid as Anakin Skywalker. So, old throwback people that just make a hilarious, great Christmas movie, and it's great to see all the shenanigans that, Arnold Schwarzenegger gets himself into because he's just, working too hard.
Well, speaking of shenanigans and Arnold Schwarzenegger, last night I was actually out hanging out with my good friends Chris and AJ from Smart Money Podcast, and we decided to go to a karaoke deal, and for some reason one person just started talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then we just all started saying random Arnold Schwarzenegger lines like, get into the chopper, I'll be back, where's my maid, or, Turbo Man Doll. I think it was just one of those things where everybody just chained off, everybody just started sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then one person I just remember saying, I'm not a pervert, I'm just looking for Turbo Man Doll, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I remember that scene because he was trying to get the ball for to get one of the free Turbo Men. Oh man! And then all the of course the single moms are just going crazy on Schwarzenegger. It's like, oh man, this guy just wants an action figure, man, and this girl's just being a little brat. Come on. Cut him some slack. It's Christmas time. He's touching my kid, though. He's not a pervert. He's just looking for a Turbo Man Doll. And, of course, that goes into, as you said, meeting up with Jim Belushi. So it's just...
Exactly. It's so funny that, and Sinbad, like, you never see Sinbad in anything anymore.
No.
So it's, like, great to remember, like, he was the mailman, like, they were fighting against each other.
Oh man, he acted like so gangster in that movie. You ever notice that when I think he was trying to? They're at the radio station and he was trying to get the doll, and he said he had a homemade explosive device. The first time around it was just this music box, and then the second time around it was an actual bomb. And he's like, "That was a real bomb? This is a sick world we live in. Sick people." Oh my god. We were hoping that we were triggering so many good memories for you guys because that was just another great movie. And needless to say, it definitely did a lot better than the sequel with Larry the Cable Guy and gosh, I don't even know what the guy's name is. I just remember him from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and he was the weird custodian guy. That was all I remember. Is like, oh, this will be interesting. And then I watched it, I'm like, I would like the last 2 hours of my life back, because that just...
I didn't even know there was a sequel. So
well, apparently when it comes to sequels, Larry the Cable Guy is the person to call, because he's done Jingle All the Way 2 as well as the Tooth Fairy 2. And I'm like, really? You... Why? There's not many people that were probably like practically begging for, that many sequels, where so many people are just like, oh, I need to see a second Jingle All the Way or a second Tooth Fairy or a second, random movie or something like that. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, why? Why? Now, oh my gosh, how could I forget this movie? How could I ever forget another good classic movie that definitely will bring families together? You gotta bring up A Christmas Story. This little kid, he's trying to get this red rocket BB gun, and everybody's just saying like, oh, you'll shoot your eye out, and he's trying to be good, and he's trying to just be the best he could be. He's trying to get this BB gun, and on Christmas he finally gets it. It's a great adventure in which you see what life was like for kids back then, and you also get to see a cocktail waitress lamp legging. Yeah, that was one of those very interesting moments of the entire show. And even they incorporated the whole, you say a bad word, you had to wash your mouth out with soap or something like that. I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that as a kid. Jeez Louise. I'm starting to wonder if this is where my parents got that idea. Holy shit. It's just one of those things where even though it took place so long ago, it was one of those movies where I, even at an adult age, could look at it and think, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff here I remember from childhood. I remember having to, put up with this or put up with that. And I think there was actually one time where I think an actual kid actually tried, I think it was either licking a post or he got his lips on the metal bar. And I'm just like, wow, this is not good. And then somebody brings up, oh, this is like A Christmas Story. I'm like, what? Because back then when I was a kid, I didn't see that many. I was secluded to my own world of, it's funny because me and my friend Max were just talking about this, secluded to my own world of like anime and all these kind of Japanese movies and stuff like that. I was just confined to that instead of seeing all these other great movies that obviously I look back and think, why didn't I see this movie when it came out? Because this is a really damn good movie. But Christmas Story, geez, all in all, awesome movie. Your thoughts on that movie?
Yeah, no, I think it's funny because, yes, A Christmas Story definitely teaches you life lessons that you're like, oh, well, wish I followed you guys and remembered that this was a crappy idea and it might kick down the fly like Santa Claus and stuff. It seems like classic funniness. And my sister actually licked a pole outside of our house after A Christmas Story to see if it was true. And her tongue got stuck and she was screaming and she was like, go get Matt! Go get Matt! She's 3 years older than me, so I was like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of sprinted inside and tried to tell my mom, I was probably, 5 years old, trying to tell her that her tongue is stuck to a pole. And by the time we got out there with hot water, she ripped her tongue off the pole. No. And it was just gushing blood because, all her, taste buds were stuck after the pole. It wasn't a great idea. So as much as it was supposed to teach lessons, I think everybody wanted to find out if it was true.
I was about to say, doesn't your sister listen to the show?
Sometimes, so.
Well, she'll definitely be pleased to know that you told this story on the air.
Oh yeah. It's funny, but I didn't make her. I'm 3 years her younger. I'm her younger sister, so she did it out of her own curiosity. And she could have waited. I was coming back with help, but she chose not to. She chose to rip her tongue off. So
Yeah.
Great.
All right, so the ball is in your court again. So, what is another movie you got?